Hi, Mark here from newhometricks.com, and today I want to talk to you about the latest addition to our Philips Hue smart lighting setup. We've installed a Philips Hue Bloom lamp here in our bedroom. Here it is. It's sitting on top of our wardrobes that we have right here. If I just pull some of the cable through, I'll be able to show you a little bit more closely. This is the Philips Hue Bloom light. This is basically a kind of a angled uplighter that you can use in a room to provide a kind of a extra splash of light and colour against a wall, to illuminate a feature in a room, or as we're using it here, just to provide a little bit of an extra light source in an area where you don't need a lot of light, you maybe just need a little bit of a boost. We've moved some wardrobes around in our main bedroom here, and it's kind of formed a little bit of a narrow passageway that leads to the door to our ensuite behind me here. And although this is quite well illuminated at the moment by the light from my camera, normally without that, this is a pretty sort of dull, dark area of the room now. So we decided we needed a little bit of a boost just to provide a little bit of extra light in this corner of the room. And as a result of which we decided, well, let's go with something that's not too overpowering, and the Philips Hue Bloom seemed to fit the bill. In terms of light output, this thing is rated for about 120 lumens, so it's not a very bright light, but we didn't need it to be. We just needed a bit of an extra splash of light in this corner of the room. So what we're going to do now is just take you through the unboxing of that, and then we'll have a few more details to share about how that lamp actually works for us.
Okay, so this is the outer packaging and box. You can see here around the sides that there's just a little bit of extra information. On the back here you'll note in the bottom right that it's an 8 watt 120 lumen lamp, and a few more additional details on the other side here. So let's go ahead and open it up. So if I just open up the top here, just fold the flaps back, you can see inside that you've just got kind of 3 chambers for the power supply, the main lamp itself, and then a few bits of information, some instructions. So you've got kind of like a general basic installation manual here, which primarily just has a lot of terms and conditions and safety information. So we'll go ahead and we'll pull the main cardboard packaging out. Let's put the box to one side. Okay, so there's also a little leaflet. You kind of get one of these in every Philips Hue product, so we'll just put that to one side as well. I'll just flip this over. The cardboard packaging kind of concertinas outwards a little bit, and then you've got the main body of the lamp here in the center. Just put that to one side for a moment, and then the cable is already attached to the device. So you've got the power supply and cable there. This is obviously the UK version of the power supply. So the lamp itself, actually fairly solid and weighty, quite compact. You can see here, kind of fits in the palm of your hand. There's no bulb to install. I'll go into that in a little bit more detail in a moment. But yeah, as mentioned, fairly compact. This is obviously designed to sort of sit quite sort of out of the way to provide light to areas where you might need it. Little notch in the base there so that you can tidy the cable away. Reasonable length on the power cord, so it should be fairly easy to position somewhere and find somewhere to plug it in. So let's go ahead and take a look at how these are working for us.
Okay, so that's what's included in the box. Once again, this is the actual light itself. It's very compact and small. It is an all-in-one, fully integrated lamp. There's no bulb to install in this. All of the LEDs are inside, and it is a full colour light, as mentioned. So it will behave very similar to a Philips Hue white and colour ambience bulb, in as much that the full spectrum of colours will be available inside the app, and all of the colour scenes that you might want to use will work with this as well, and it will fully participate in a room where you've got other Philips Hue bulbs set up. We're using it primarily just to add a little bit of an extra light highlight to this side of the room, so that if we get up in the middle of the night, for example, to go to the toilet, it will add a little bit of illumination for us. And we do have a Philips Hue motion sensor that we've added in this room as well now, and because I'm waving it around you can see that it's actually triggered the light, so I'll just use my tap switch to turn that off. So this adds a little bit of extra illumination. We've got it set in the Philips Hue motion sensor so that if it is triggered overnight, that it will only come on at a very, very low brightness level, just 1%, which with a light like this, which is already fairly low level anyway, means that you're not dazzled, you're not overpowered or overwhelmed in the middle of the night when it's otherwise going to be pitch black. The light comes on, you're not dazzled by that, so it's really useful to have that available. We've got the tap switch set up in this room with this as well, so if I tap on the main button, you get a kind of a cool white light produced by this. If I turn that off and press one of the other buttons, we've got a bit of a warmer white light there as well. So it supports all of those different styles of white light that are available as well as the color. So this is useful if you're wanting to add a little bit of extra light to certain areas where they're otherwise a little bit dull, in a corner of a room, for example, or if you're wanting to add a little bit of a splash of light to highlight one area of a room, or maybe highlight a feature or a piece of art, for example. So it's really good for those kind of features as well. And because of that angling of the light, that it just naturally sits and sort of angles upwards against a wall, for example, it can be really good for that kind of a setup. This is one of many lamps that Philips Hue have launched now. They've got a whole range of lamps. So alongside the range of normal regular Philips Hue bulbs, you've got loads of these lamps to choose from now. Quite a lot of them seem to just be focusing on white and white ambience. There's not quite so many colour lamps available, but I think that's because the white ambience seems to be the most popular for Philips. But this as a colour light is pretty good as well, and I'm certainly happy with it so far. If you'd like to learn more, I have written up a companion blog post. You'll find the link to that in the description below, or visit the website newhometricks.com. If you've liked this video, please share it. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.